Hey everyone, welcome back to Tordondo. As always, I'm Laughing Skull, and this is a look at warrior tanking. So, I'm going to do a bit of a live playthrough, which is kind of different. So, any clicks you hear in the background, sorry, that's my mouse. Most of my other videos won't actually have clicks because I don't do them live, I do voiceovers. But, I wanted to kind of talk about warrior tanking, and I'm going to do a few different videos on the subject. The first one I'm going to do is going to cover Paladin tanking. The reason why I'm splitting them into different kind of sections is because the different tanking souls and how you use them kind of it's different per thing. So depending on what your main soul is. So for me, my thing will actually load, which may take a moment. I use Paladin as my main one for my main tanking specs. So here you can see I'm 44 Pally, 16 Warrior, 6 Reaver. And this gives me a pretty good range of damage mitigation, along with abilities that are pretty nice to have. This is a fairly recommended spec, especially if you are going with Paladin. 44 and Pally is probably the farthest you want to go. You don't want to go all 51, but you do want to go 44 because you do get this thing right here. It's called Impassable Guard. Impassable Guard allows you to block all incoming attacks for up to 10 seconds, and that is extremely useful with the Paladin spec, especially because a lot of your abilities are kind of proc based on if you get a block off. So such abilities like this one, which would be Retaliation. You're also going to have, if I can quickly find it, this one, which is Disarming Counterblow, and then you have Paladin's Reprisal. All of these are proc based, so after a block you can use it. So if you pop this ability, Impassable Guard, and then go into using all three of those, it's very useful. You get a lot of good kind of thing there. So definitely go 44 points in. Now the two I have with my Paladin spec, or with my Paladin soul, would be the Warlord soul, which is absolutely amazing. If you're gonna pick up the Warlord soul though, you better put 16 points in. If you don't put 16 points in at least, I wouldn't even put more in. If you're going to pick up Warlord, put 16 points in. Reason being, you have this thing right here, you get your couple things. You get your 5% block, dodge, and armor by 10%. You also can get over here Call to Entrench. Call to Entrench reduces all damage incoming for all raid members by 5% for 18 seconds. And the cooldown's 15 seconds. So if you manage this right, you can have a 5% damage reduction on your entire group the entire fight. The other reason why 16 points is very important is you get Intercept. Intercept is an amazing ability, especially if you have a high DPS rogue, a high DPS mage, or someone who just seems to consistently pull aggro off of you. All you have to do is pop Intercept on them every time it comes up, and any threat they generate will be perceived as you doing it. So say they hit with a Cinder Burst if they're a pyro. That Cinder Burst aggro is going to go on you, so you're going to get all the aggro from that. It's very nice. Reaver, I went in 6 points. Reaver is not a required release soul, but with 6 points to play around with, you don't have much option. And I found that Reaver is a pretty decent one to go with because you do get Crest of the Abyss, which is if the warrior is struck in combat, the Crest of the Abyss summons forth an Abyssal Shield, increases armor by 8 per application, can be applied up to 10 times, less 15, whatever, okay, you don't care. That's kind of nice to have. You also get some nice buffs. You get Blood Fever, which is pretty decent. You get a nice little range Soul Sickness ability. You also get this one, Power in the Blood. Reduces damage taken by 20% when below 30% health. So, say you get crit by something and your health just drops, the next couple attacks are going to hit for 30% less, which should give your healers a good chance to get you back up. And then I popped the 1 point into Imbued Armor for the extra 2% armor. So, for a Paladin spec, this is probably the best way to do it. Now, the one question people have with when making the souls is which things not to put points in, especially looking at, let's say, the Paladin tree, because there's 44 points. The rest of them are pretty much easy. There's 16 obvious points here on these 3 skills, and then the one here. Reaver, not as obvious, but yeah. So 5 there, 1 there to get the Crest of the Abyss. with Paladin, you don't have to put points in everything. So the things I choose not to put points in, I don't put it in Reverent Protection. And some people are going to be like, why? You get damage mitigation. Yes, but if you look at where the other points could go, it's not my favorite choice. A lot of people, you could put points into Reverent Protection and be fine. However, it is going to basically block one incoming attack, even if you use these. Okay, so to get the full benefit of this, you have to basically put in 3 points, and that will bring you up to blocking, or to instantly blocking for 5 allies, about 1,000 damage, which could be very useful if there's an AoE kind of fight and there's an AoE dropped on the ground. But at the same time, looking at the rest of the tree, I don't know where I would take 3 points out of to get that. I mean, I could take points out of here. Wait, that's damage reduction when I block. Maybe Light's Hammer, so maybe take out one on Light's Hammer, put it there. But if I was going to take off a point on Light's Hammer, I'd probably put it there on Hardened Will. I only have 1 point in Hardened Will because this is more of a physical spec. The Void Knight spec is more for magic casting. I also don't put points into Improved Paladin's Devotion because I think there's maybe one fight I think I've ever actually had to use Paladin's Devotion. And this is still on, what? How long of a cooldown is it? It's a 1 minute cooldown. And I can't think of a fight that you have to break out of a fear ability or a stun ability or something less than once a minute. I mean, this will get you 30 seconds off, so this will give you a 30-second kind of thing. But yeah, I don't see the need in it. You could put points into it, and it probably wouldn't hurt, but again, I would rather put the points here. Now, you should definitely pick up Paladin's Devotion, don't get me wrong. Paladin's Devotion is probably good to have, simply because there will be a point in time that you actually do have to use it, but otherwise, that's pretty much it. This is a very well put together tree. It's gone through many revisions to get to the stage, but looking back, it's like, oh, why did I ever do something else? Let's have a look real fast. Sidetrack. Okay, nice little ring server first right there for you guys, in case you want to see. That's from Charmer's Caldera. I don't even know if you do, but I'll put it up just in case you want to. Okay, so yeah, that's a tanking tree. How do I hold aggro? Some people have been asking, and really, this spec is more of an AoE kind of spec, so you really don't. If you can lay into them, especially if you use your, what is this thing? I don't remember the name. Sweeping Strike, which is Paladin. I mean, you have your Light's Decree. I like to use my aggressive block and my pacifying strike very often. One thing to keep in mind is you have this thing, Empowering Strike, which I believe you get it from the Warlord tree. Yeah, you get it from Warlord, and this is going to increase your armor. So that's hey, and combined with the this thing, the aggressive block, you're going to get some extra damage mitigation there. Of course, you have your Impassable Guard, which allows every incoming attack to be blocked for a minute. Sorry, a minute? What am I thinking about? For 10 seconds. And then, of course, you do have your Call to Entrench, which is very nice. So, yeah, I mean, you have to just kind of keep it up. It's pretty easy to hold aggro. I really don't have an issue. There are some other tank specs that do pull greater threat than this, but then this has pretty good mitigation, and I really don't take that much damage. You also have to remember I do have intercept, so if I wanted to intercept him, boom, can't use it on him for some reason, so we're going to come over here, yes on you. Still can't use it on you, must be in my party, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay, whatever. But, yeah, I have a couple taunt abilities, of course. You do get your Judgment, which is very nice. You do get Cracking Skulls, which is on a separate cooldown, so you have 2 AoE taunts, which is very nice. So when that comes up, you can go boom, Cracking Skulls is up. Yeah, I mean, you do get your little Death Grip pull, which is If you played WoW, you know Death Grip. Sergeant's Order, very nice. You also got your shield throw, so this combination works pretty well. So yeah, it's a good spec. A little bit of lag right there, but whatever. I'd recommend you use this one, especially if you're just starting off tanking. It's a very solid spec. It will get you to where you need to go, and I use it for basically every single fight I go into. So hopefully that helped. I've had a few requests to do this video, but yeah. Again, I'm Laughing Skull. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this helped. If you have any questions, shoot a comment on the video, or send me a message, whatever. Subscribe if you want to. Thumb it up, thumb it down. Let me know what you think. I will try to do other videos, especially I'll do a Void Knight one, and then I have an anti-knockback one, which is pretty useful too, so we'll see when those come out. But anyway, I'm Laughing Skull.